Are federal regulators intentionally blocking progress toward making cannabis available to combat veterans and others as a treatment for PTSD? Dr. Sue Sisley has a $2.2 million grant from the Colorado Health Department to study the safety and effectiveness of using cannabis to treat U.S. combat veterans who are suffering with PTSD. And after spending an hour with her, I came away pretty much convinced that federal regulators are, in fact, intentionally throwing roadblocks in the way.
The only thing standing in our way is the NIDA monopoly. We have to wait for marijuana study drug from the federal government, who seems to be incompetent to grow this plant.
So the NIDA monopoly, what is that?
NIDA is the National Institute on Drug Abuse. They have been granted a government-enforced monopoly on the only legal supply of marijuana for any of these FDA-approved research trials. Any of these expert growers here in Colorado could have had marijuana grown to spec for me within 3 months. But only our federal government is incapable of growing these various common strains that we've requested from them. And here we are 16 months after our initial request, 16 months later, still waiting for marijuana. The study could be supplied entirely by donations from these growers, but they are not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to accept it, even though everybody has generously offered. And we continue to wait. It's time for the government to stop impeding this research and allow this study in particular to move forward. Our study is a triple-blind, randomized controlled trial looking at 4 different strains of smoked marijuana. And we're looking at 76 military veterans with treatment-resistant PTSD. So that means they have to fail medicine or psychotherapy or both in order to be eligible to be screened for this. We want to make public policy decisions based on data and stop making drug policy decisions based on emotion and old stereotypes. Every common sense citizen here is going to look at this and say, it's very clear what's happening. The U.S. government is systematically impeding marijuana efficacy research. Marijuana is a drug just like any other drug I prescribe to patients. So it's got risks and it's got benefits. So sometimes the benefits outweigh the risk, and that's what we hope will happen with marijuana. We hope to discover that the therapeutic benefits of marijuana outweigh the potential side effects, but we don't know that. We have a chance with this randomized controlled trial to finally collect some objective data on how patients are responding to this, and that's what we're missing right now.
Thanks for taking time to watch. There are 250,000 American combat veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan with PTSD. According to the Veterans Administration, 22 of them commit suicide every day. We're losing more veterans to suicide each year than we've lost in combat over the 14 years since 9/11. Many of these veterans say the only thing that helps is cannabis. Some say cannabis has saved their lives. Dr. Sisley's study is sponsored by an organization called MAPS. Check out their website. The address is on your screen for more information on her study and how you can help. You can start helping right now by forwarding this video to friends, relatives, co-workers, elected officials, and anyone else who might be willing to speak out.